nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. These foods provide the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants your body needs to function at its best. For example, try swapping out processed snacks for fresh fruit or nuts, or replace sugary drinks with water or herbal tea. Small changes like these can make a big difference in your overall health. Now that we've covered sitting too much and neglecting your diet, let's talk about the third habit, skipping regular checkups. I know, going to the doctor isn't exactly anyone's idea of fun. But regular checkups are crucial for catching potential health issues early when they're easier to treat. Skipping these appointments can mean missing out on important screenings, vaccinations, and advice from your healthcare provider. So, how can you make sure you're staying on top of your health? Start by scheduling regular checkups with your primary care doctor, and don't forget about specialists like your dentist, eye doctor, and any other healthcare providers you see. Keep a list of any symptoms or concerns you have, and don't be afraid to speak up during your appointments. Remember, your health is your greatest asset, and taking care of it is one of the best investments you can make. Now that we've covered the first three habits, sitting too much, neglecting your diet, and skipping regular checkups, you're already well on your way to making positive changes for your health. But we're not done yet. In the next part of this video, we'll dive into the final two habits, including one that's all about sleep and another that can have a big impact on your mental health. So, stay tuned, and let's keep moving forward together. Now that we've talked about the dangers of sitting too much, neglecting your diet, and skipping regular checkups, let's dive into the next two habits that can shorten your lifespan after 60. These habits are just as important and just as easy to address, with a little awareness and effort. So, let's keep going. The fourth habit to avoid is skimping on sleep. I know, sleep can be tricky, especially as we get older. Maybe you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night or struggling to fall asleep in the first place. But here's the thing, sleep is absolutely essential for your health and longevity. It's during sleep that your body repairs itself, your brain processes information, and your immune system gets a boost. So, if you're not getting enough quality sleep, it can take a toll on your overall health. The good news is, there are simple steps you can take to improve your sleep. First, try to establish a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock and can make it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Next, create a relaxing bedtime routine. Maybe it's reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing some gentle stretches. The goal is to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. And here's a tip, try to limit screen time before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs can interfere with your body's production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. If you're having trouble sleeping, consider keeping a journal by your bed to jot down any thoughts or worries that might be keeping you up. Sometimes, just getting those thoughts out of your head can make a big difference. Now, let's move on to the fifth and final habit, isolating yourself. As we age, it's easy to become more isolated, whether it's due to retirement, the loss of loved ones, or simply feeling less connected to the world around us. But here's the thing, social isolation can have serious consequences for your health. Studies have shown that loneliness and social isolation can increase your risk of heart disease, depression, and even early death. But the good news is, staying connected doesn't have to be complicated. Start by reaching out to loved ones regularly, whether it's through phone calls, video chats, or in-person visits. Join a club, take a class, or volunteer for a cause you care about. Even small interactions, like chatting with a neighbor or smiling at a stranger, can make a difference. The key is to stay engaged and connected with the people around you. Now that we've covered all 5 habits, sitting too much, neglecting your diet, skipping regular checkups, skimping on sleep, and isolating yourself, you've got a solid plan for avoiding the habits that can shorten your lifespan. But before we wrap up, let's take a moment to talk about how you can put all of this into practice. Start by picking 1 or 2 habits to focus on first. Maybe it's taking short walks throughout the day or adding more fruits and vegetables to your meals. Once you've got that down, add another habit to the mix. The key is to take it one step at a time and find ways to enjoy the process. And don't be afraid to get creative, try new recipes, experiment with different activities, and have fun with it. In the next part of this video, we'll wrap up with some final thoughts and tips for making these changes a regular part of your life. So, stay tuned, and let's keep moving forward together. Alright, we've made it to the final part of our discussion on the 5 deadly habits that can shorten your lifespan after 60, and how to avoid them. We've covered a lot of ground, from sitting too much and neglecting your diet to skipping regular checkups, skimping on sleep, and isolating yourself. These habits might seem small, but they can have a big impact on your health and longevity. The good news? They're all within your control to change. And that's what we're going to focus on as we wrap up this video. First, let's talk about the importance of taking small, manageable steps. When it comes to breaking old habits and forming new ones, it's easy to feel overwhelmed if you try to do too much at once. But remember, you don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. In fact, small, consistent changes are often more effective than big, dramatic ones. For example, if you're not used to eating many vegetables, start by adding 1 extra serving to your dinner each night. Or, if you're not very active, begin with a 10-minute walk and gradually increase the time as you build your stamina. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Another tip is to make these changes enjoyable. Let's face it, if something feels like a chore, you're less likely to stick with it. So, find ways to make these new habits fun and rewarding. Love cooking? Experiment with new healthy recipes and invite friends or family over to share the meal. Enjoy being outdoors? Take your walks in a beautiful park or garden. The more you enjoy what you're doing, the more likely you are to keep doing it. And don't forget to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Did you try a new vegetable this week? That's a win. Did you take a walk 3 days in a row? Another win. Celebrating these small victories helps keep you motivated and reminds you that every step counts. You can even keep a journal to track your progress and reflect on how far you've come. Now, let's take a moment to recap the 5 habits we've covered in this video. First, we talked about the dangers of sitting too much and how breaking up long periods of sitting with movement can improve your health. Second, we discussed the importance of eating a balanced diet rich in whole, nutrient-dense foods. Third, we explored why regular checkups are crucial for catching potential health issues early. Fourth, we looked at the importance of getting enough quality sleep and how it impacts your overall health. And finally, we talked about the dangers of social isolation and how staying connected with others can boost your well-being. These habits are all about helping you live a longer, healthier, and happier life. But more than that, they're about helping you feel your best, whether that's having the energy to enjoy your favorite activities, the strength to tackle daily tasks, or the confidence to live life on your own terms. And the best part? They're all simple, practical, and easy to incorporate into your daily routine. So, as you go forward, I want to encourage you to take small, manageable steps. Start with 1 habit, 1 activity, or even 1 minute of movement. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remember that every healthy choice you make is a step toward a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. And if you ever feel overwhelmed, just come back to this video or reach out in the comments. I'm here to support you every step of the way. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. What's 1 habit from this video that you're excited to try or incorporate more of? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tips and advice on living your best life after 60. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, it's never too late to make a change. Here's to living your best life at any age.